Hey guys, it's Lindsay with Mama Schmoo's Homeschool Reviews, and in today's video I will be sharing with you guys some of the curriculum and book choices that I have for my new 4-year-old. And so he always is tagging along with us ever since he's been 2 years old, doing all of the things that we're doing. Obviously he doesn't do his reading and language arts with us, but he always follows along in all of our day-to-day work. So I wanted to share with you guys what I'm doing with him this year. And I also have first grade curriculum choices that I have for my daughter, so she's going to first grade this year, and her kindergarten choices and preschool choices. I will link those videos down below for you. So I'm going to start with Preschool Math at Home. This is by Kate Snow, and these are just lots of activities for building a good math foundation, and it's by Well Trained Mind Press. And the reason why I got this was because I heard Kate Snow on a podcast probably a few months ago, right in the springtime, and I thought that this would be a good book to share with you guys because my channel is all about sharing new resources with you guys, and I thought that this would be good to use for my new preschooler coming up. And if any of you guys wanted some fresh ideas, I thought that this would be a really good book to share. Counting to 10, numbers from 0 to 5, numbers from 6 to 10, written numeral numbers 0 to 10. They talk about comparing quantities and numbers, and then at the last part of the book, they talk about addition and subtraction stories. And the really cool thing about this book, it's like all-in-one math. If this is all you use, it'd be perfect because they use a lot of things around the house. And in the appendix, they have 5 frames. They have 10 frames, double 10 frames, number race game board, and number cards. So if you have a laminator, you could use it, or if you just want to make a copy of these, you can, or put it on cardstock. This is just a fun little thing. She has like a little game here, and so I just thought that this would be a good book to share with you guys to give us moms some fresh new ideas. And if you are new to doing preschool with your kids, this is a really fun book to try. And I definitely will be using this for my new 4-year-old. This is a Montessori number workbook, and I like it because I've seen it online forever, and I finally got it, and I probably got it a little too late, but it's okay. My son's starting to trace numbers on the chalkboard in his workbooks. He loves tracing. So he's getting the gist of some of the numbers, at least 1 through 4 right now, writing them down. But these are just very great ways to get them. It's very sensory, very hands-on, and you feel the texture on it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful board book. And they also have letter work, shape work, and map work. So this, I would suggest this for a 2-year-old, a 2.5-year-old, to a 3-4-year-old. This is very, very good. And then I also have a cute little wipe away book that I've had forever by Alex Little Hands. And on this side, they have little items that you count, and then you trace it. And then when they're ready to make the number, which he probably is at this point, he could start doing that. And then on this side, they have colors and shapes. So when they were very young, I would just actually flip through these and talk about shapes. And then I would flip through these and just talk about the numbers, and we would count the objects, and that's it. I wouldn't have him trace it, but now, since he's older, he could. I got this really cool counting book from Eric Carlisle. It's a 1, 2, 3 to the zoo, and I just thought it was a fun little book to do in our morning baskets for him, because I feel sometimes I do a lot of stuff for my first grader, and it'll just be fun to do some simple books and picture books for him. There's a little fold out of the zoo. I thought that would be a fun way to learn math, which is more literature-based and hands-on. I shared this Numberland book in lots of my videos in the past because my daughter used this, and they have a cute little like character introductory to these number characters. Toothy number 8 with 8 monster teeth, Spotty number 9 with 9 hairy spots. If your kids are silly like mine, they would probably love this. So they do groupings, and I'll show you, like, for instance, 6 jungle explorers looking for 6 groupings of 6. So you find everything 6. So there's 6 caterpillars, and then you lift the flap, and there's 6 snakes. Question: can you find the 6 Numberland characters? How many other groups can you find? And then after they do 10, they do a very simple, like, these are odd numbers, these are even numbers. Then they go through first, second, through 10th. And then which numbers are missing, how many elephants are there, and then they do like a very basic introductory to addition and subtraction. And then they love lifting flaps. So this one's a fun one for my daughter to read to my son, and they could do together. This is called My First Counting Book, and this is a vintage book that we've had for years, and my daughter loves it, and my son also too, but now he'll probably be able to do more in it since he's older. So he's going to be identifying all the numbers in here and report to spaceships. So there's 5 aliens. You have to find a group of 5 ships, and then here are the which one's more, which one's less. So they're very, very, very fun. And then there's little games where they have the number 5 over the alien. You have to find all the 5s to get to the spaceship. So they're very clever little cute games, number identification, counting, and it gets harder as it goes on, and there's little games at the back. So this is so, so fun, especially since we're going to be doing astronomy in the fall. And then I got Rod and Staff. This is a counting with numbers, like a lot of tracing, cutting, and pasting. My daughter had this last year, and they worked on it together, and I made lots of copies of things. So, and she worked on some of them. So this is a really good one. And then Inside and Outside is great because they have lots of scripture in here, and they're talking about numbers and temperatures. And I love how they have lots of animals and nature. And then everything on this workbook, you read it literally, all the directions and everything you need to talk to them about is written down below for you here. So Rod and Staff is like really, really good. I was going to buy more, but I have so many workbooks from going thrift store shopping with my kids that I just decided just to keep these and make copies of them. And then my first cutting book from Kumon. This is awesome. He loves cutting. Whenever he gets a chance to cut, he could literally cut and use scissors for like 20 minutes. You can see he's already done 7 of them. We haven't even started our school year, but I figured he could start using that because he just loves, like I said, cutting. So here are the math books. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this really quickly. Our science, we're going to use what we got from Bookshark, the Usborne Book of Science Activities. This is volume 2. I'm assuming volume 1 would have been better for him, but this is what we have. I didn't want to buy anything. They give you tons of experiments, and then we have the science kit to go with it. And I put this in our first grade curriculum choices, but I wanted to share it with you guys that have preschoolers because I think they would love it. Inside, you're outside, the human body, and it is really very nice. I love how they explain the human body in here. And we also got, I can name 50 trees today. There's no place like space for when we talk about astronomy. And then this is geography. There's a map on my lap, all about maps. Now, I also treasure this one a lot because a retired teacher gave it to me. It's called Discovering Science. And I'm assuming that this book is, 1968. It talks about finding out sound, magnets, gravity, weather, seasons, animals, and plants. And I wish I could link the Amazon link down below for you guys because the pictures are so precious. I mean, maybe you can get it on eBay. But these are just cute little experiments and cute little pictures talking about the weather. So I figured we can go through a few pages throughout the year and just talk about these things. And it's just a very, very fun way of doing things. And it's so cute. I love the pictures. And I thought it was a really fun little science book to do from a preschooler. And then he loves this. I have this from my first grader, but he reads this with me once a week, and he loves opening up the flaps and seeing it in the inside of the body. And as you know, Usborne is like an amazing company, but this one is his favorite, so he loves to learn about the body. So I just put that in for his curriculum because he uses it probably more than my daughter. And then my good friend gave me this butterfly garden, so I'm finally doing it. And so I put it in his little curriculum because it was given to him for his birthday. So we are going to grow butterflies. And then as far as the numbers, I forgot, abacus is what we use a lot of. And I have tons of hands-on math activities. If you guys want me to share that, let me know, and I'll share with you guys a bunch of Montessori and hands-on activities I do with my kids. This book was From Play-Doh to Play-Doh, and I will try to link the link down below. It was a free printable, and I just used a photo album from the Dollar Tree that I got years ago, and he traces it with his cars, or he'll trace it with a dry erase marker. As you can see, it's been used. My daughter's used it, and it's so much fun. It just gives them a break from tracing on a workbook sheet. And then this is a wipeable ABC one, and there's dots to dots, so he learns his ABCs through this and doing dots to dots. And then on this side, there's numbers. So they're all dots to dots. So this one's a fun little activity book. And this is a Clifford ABC book that I got a long time ago, and he likes Clifford the Big Red Dog, so I thought last year what we did with Book Shark is we had something similar, and we just went over some of the words and some of the letters, and this is just a very fun way to talk to him about it in the morning time. I'll probably put it in our morning basket. And this is our very loved stencils of the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and this is the way he's been learning how to write. And then this is a preschool activity letter book that he is pretty much almost finished with. I was going to have him do it this year for preschool, but I guess he loves it so much. He does a couple of them a day, and he really gets into it. When he gets into it, he gets into it, so I just let him run with it, and then when he's done, he puts his stickers on it, and that's his like little treat. And this is called Flash Kids Preschool Activities, and it's all about the farm, and I love the pictures and the colors. He loves Preschool Practice First Words book. And this I got at the library, and this is probably vintage too. And so he'll just trace all of the opposites and all of the little words that he will learn. And these are just such adorable, cute little, find all the things that go together, trace your right and your left hand, all these cute little First Words Preschool Practice book. This is the Breakfast Bites for Your Brain from the Dollar Tree, and I can't say enough about it. I got 2 of these. You write your name, you do the weather, and you color this letter in. You circle all the T's. You trace the uppercase T's and lowercase T's, and they do shape of a day and the number of the day. And I just love that it's so short. They can do 1 page every day, and this is like one of my favorite workbooks from the Dollar Tree. And then the Alphabet Write and White book. This is just, I put this on the table in the morning time, and he practices on his tracing. And then this is the Cut, Trace, and Paste Alphabet and Numbers book that I was telling you guys in my haul the other day. And this is what it looks like. I found it. So Y is for yak, and you color the picture, and you write the letter, and then you cut these out, and then you paste them on here. I got this Basics Concepts Preschool book from the little critters, and I thought it was just a cute little book to have. It's talking about colors, which she pretty much knows, but it goes into just lots of logic and things that are missing and what's different and tracing. So he will like this because it's something to get that. And as far as logic games, I have the Brain Games for Kids Preschool, and this is just wonderful. We go through it a little bit throughout the week. I have him trace things that go. He loves these activity books. They are just counting and tracing and logic. I have a Follow the Directions and Learn by Scholastic. So this one will be a really good one. It gives you activities and recipes and dot-to-dot games and a lot of like directions and things for them to follow, which is good. And then a thinking skills book that I really like that he's been working on. And a big red workbook, Clifford Coloring. This is all about colors. So he's pretty much halfway through it. He did it this summer, and he liked it a lot because he likes Clifford the Big Red Dog. So those are the little logic books that I have for him. That is pretty much all of the books that I will be using for my son this year. And like I said before, he'll be doing all of the unit studies with my daughter and I. And he listens to all of the read out louds during our morning time baskets and our lunch little read out loud times. So he's really tagging along with us. So he's been learning a bunch of different things, but these are just the things that I really want to work with him, is his numbers and his letters and his phonics this year. This will be a year of him to discover a lot of fun things, and he just turned 4, so it's going to be really exciting to see how he's developing. I just love homeschooling and seeing my kids just develop in their own unique way. So if you guys have any questions about preschool at home, let me know. Like I said, I did preschool with my daughter in kindergarten, and now we're doing first grade, and we are having a blast. I will try to link all the information down below of all of these things, and let me know if you have any questions. I will see you guys in my next video, and if you want me to do more of a hands-on Montessori activities for a preschooler, let me know, and I will share those activities with you guys as well.